Welcome to the Evening Review. Please take a look at today's newspaper. Good evening, welcome to the Evening Review. My name is Kache and I'm joined in the studio by Mr. John Elago, who will be standing in the local authority elections this year for the Windhoek Rural Constituency. Welcome, sir.
Thank you for welcoming me and good evening.
You are competing in the local authority, or you plan to compete in the local authority elections later this year. Just briefly outline what are your immediate targets, or why should people from Windhoek Rural be casting a vote for you if your name comes out?
Yeah, number one, I have a very good track record in Windhoek Rural, being a district coordinator for Windhoek Rural for the past 11 years or so. I want to pay attention to places like mixed settlement, Groot and Tortabes. I know the government have tried to do a lot, but there's still room for improvement, and there's some issues that need attention in these communities.
And what would you say are the immediate needs of this specific communities that you've mentioned?
I think Groothoop, it's more an administrative issue. There's a lot of burning issues going on there, especially, you know, the transition from a settlement to the city of Windhoek. And I think there are a lot of things that need to be ironed out. The community leaders and the city itself must come together to set a standard, and so that everybody is on the same path. For example, we have houses that are claimed to be demolished and removed, and we don't know whether it's new houses or old houses, and I think we just need, you know, the community leaders together with the city of Windhoek to sit down and get to a point where we all move towards a common goal. Yeah.
And then if we look at the political landscape, we see that recently the Independent Patriots for Change, which is led by Dr. Itula, came up. We have affirmative repositioning movement. And then there are also a lot of what one tends to see is independent councillors. How do you think this could affect your chances, or your party's chances of being elected? And also bearing in mind that the party has in the past 2-3 years been plagued with a lot of scandals that we've seen that it suffered in the recent elections, you know. So there's a lot of, one could perhaps assume that there's a lot of distrust now in the ruling party.
Yeah, for me, I will talk on behalf of my district. You know, it's running a party is like running a business. And when you have members going away, you just make sure that you recruit more members in order for you to fill the gap. Because, you know, people going from this party to the other, it's their democratic right. But as a party, at that level of us, we will concentrate on recruiting more members as possible as we can. And I'm confident that the opposition parties, in terms of the Windhoek Rural setup, will not really overcome us. Yeah.
And then do you think Do you think enough is being done within the party to sort of deal with these scandals that have come up?
Yeah, I think the national leadership have done a lot to address the issues. But as you know, it's political issues. Whenever this is addressed, you know, people come up with another issue. I don't think it really is as easy as it is seen from far. But I think so far the national leadership are trying their best to make sure that we get the trust back from the communities.
And then now, if one looks at one of within your constituency, there's the mixed settlement. Now, housing is obviously a major issue, and many of these people live in it's an informal settlement. What as a coordinator, as a person vying for this constituency, what are you looking at in terms of addressing the housing issue, particularly for mixed settlement, and also perhaps the lack of a school and the lack of a clinic?
Yeah, I think for settlement like mix, we cannot move fast, and I think we have to move in a direction where we can put up temporary structures like tents for the school, and maybe some caravans for clinics. I know in Windhoek itself, most of the schools in Topias Anyeko started with tents, and I don't see the reason why it cannot be done in mix. And I think it's a matter of, you know, us sitting together and bring, you know, that leadership out to the people. Yeah, I know our people, most of them will not be able to afford the housing story. So we also, I think my idea is to come up with a low-cost housing scheme, which will really be affordable to the people of mix and other informal settlements. Yeah.
And then, should you now be elected after November, what are the immediate things that you would be taking to the local government and saying, I think this is what we should prioritize for my constituents?
Yeah, my immediate step will be to make sure that at least mixed settlement is serviced in terms of the school, and a police station and a clinic to start off, and also to make sure that the people of North Harbour settlement is assisted in terms of land delivery. There is a lot of problems in North Harbour regarding land, and the Groto people, you know, it's a matter of the transition. For example, you have people that have got title deeds from the former Rebo regering.
Yeah.
And you have people that have been there, but you know they could not really get title deeds because they were not acknowledged by the former Rebo regering. Because remember, the former Rebo regering was a bastard regering. So all they did is acknowledge the presence of the bastard community. But the other communities that were there were not acknowledged like in writing. So, and I think it will be fair that those people are also acknowledged, and that a system is put in place so that we make sure that at least all the people are treated in a fair manner. Yeah.
And then, for Namibians watching this, in the run-up to November, what is the one message that you are sending out to them so that they can vote for you?
No, I would just say that, the Namibians must still trust the Swapo party. You know, this is a party with a very rich history.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some of our leaders are leaders that have really come a long way. I mean, a long way from the struggle, and they have ensured that this country got independence. I know, you know, wherever people are, you will have problems. But I don't think, you know, our differences must really split us to the extent of us joining or voting for other parties. You know, let's support the party and let's sort our differences internally. That's what I will suggest. Yeah.
And do you think that the current leadership within the party has it within them to address these issues now, so to ensure that the party can once again regain the popularity that it had? Do you think enough is being done?
Yes, I trust the leadership, and I think they are capable of turning things around. It's just a matter of time, and it's just, you know, it's not as easy as people are talking. You see, you are sitting in that position, you are dealing with your own comrades, and sometimes it's not as easy as people on the outside seem to see. But I have confidence from what I see happening and from the messages from our leaders. I think we are running towards, we are going towards the right direction, and I believe we are gonna overcome these things. You know, it's okay. I understand nationally it's perceived as very damaging, but of course it's part of, you know, the struggle. We will overcome that, and I have confidence in the leadership that they are listening leadership, and that they will bring about change, you know, to what is happening today. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, thank you very much for joining us on the Evening Review.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you for watching. Please stay tuned for the weather. Good night.
Thank you.